What's up, everybody? Time for some more rSpace. I found out my best friend's girlfriend is hitting on my fiance. I don't know how to bring this up with them. On mobile, excuse the formatting issues. My fiance, male 28, and I, female 26, have a beach vacation coming up. It was supposed to be us, my sister, and her husband. Circumstances changed and they won't be joining us, but their tickets are non-refundable. So we decided to invite my brother-in-law's brother, N, male 27, who has also been my best friend since we were toddlers, and his girlfriend, K, female 27. We're all very close and hang out almost every week. We all have a group chat for the trip, and K and I discuss girly stuffs privately. Last week, K sent my significant other some lingerie and bikini pics, asking for his suggestions in his private chat. My significant other assumed she sent it to him accidentally instead of me, and told her that. To which she said she wanted a man's opinion, and my significant other said he didn't really have any opinion, and she should ask me or her boyfriend. He then showed me the messages when we both got home from work. We both thought it was weird and just moved past it. Side note, she never sent me anything asking for my opinion, even though a couple days later I asked for her opinion on some dresses. On Sunday, N and K came to our house for dinner and to discuss our upcoming trip. Everything went great. I got a video call from my sis and brother-in-law, and I was talking to them in the balcony, and N came to say hi to his brother. According to my significant other, when N left the room, K brought up the pics and was asking him his opinion and even showed him pics of her in lingerie, and some of them were very revealing. My significant other was cornered by her in the kitchen where he was cleaning up some dishes. I called him from the balcony to participate in the video chat since my sis had some news. This was when he was able to get away from her. If it's relevant, she was a bit drunk. My significant other told me this after they left. I am pissed at her. We both felt like all this happened too fast and there wasn't really any other signs. He also asked me to look through their chat to see if he was oblivious to her or something. There wasn't really much correspondence between them except the occasional confirming of plans. I don't really know how to approach this with N and K. I don't really want her on this trip if she's going to act like this, and also significant other is not at all comfortable with the idea. N is like a brother to me. I love him. I don't want this to destroy our friendship. Also, given the situation, he deserves a lot better. So Reddit, what should I do? Too long didn't read. Best friend's girlfriend is hitting on my significant other. We have a vacation trip coming up. I don't know how to bring this up with them while also protecting my friendship. Update. I think this is how you update and link posts. I hope it works. Some of you wanted an update, so here it goes. My fiance and I took the afternoon off work to meet with N, best friend, for lunch yesterday. Significant other was running a bit late, so I reached the restaurant first. N and I were catching up, and he talked about how he misses hanging out with just the two of us like when we were younger. I felt a bit guilty lying to him, so I told him the significant other was joining in sometime as well. He started thanking me for inviting him on the trip. Apparently, due to their conflicting schedules, N and K weren't spending much time together and their relationship was tense. He said that this trip would be the best thing for them, and he was really excited. My significant other arrived at the tail end of this conversation, and I felt so sad for N. I was almost ready to forego the confrontation altogether. We basically apologized to him, and I told him that the significant other had something to say. My significant other told him about the messages and what happened in the kitchen. N was in disbelief, shock, but he was very quiet. He asked if we had the messages, and significant other showed him. Then N said, "Now it makes sense." We were confused and asked what he was talking about. Apparently when they left, K was pretty drunk, and the whole drive home, K was mumbling things like nobody wants me, likes me, loves me, etc. In the last couple of days after the incident, she was acting strange the little time they spent together. We told him we are there for him, obviously, whatever he decides, but that we don't feel comfortable having K on the trip, but he is still welcome. He said he would be talking to K and letting us know, but they won't be joining us on the trip. Tonight before work, N stopped by our house and told us that he broke up with K. He said he found some things but wasn't ready to talk about it yet. Since they used to live together, she couldn't move out anywhere immediately, so N will be staying at our place for a while. Also, both my significant other and I got an apology text from K. So I guess that's it. We're not really in the mood now for the trip, but maybe this would be a good way to put all this behind. It might be selfish, but I am just grateful that N and I's friendship is still strong and that he trusts us to help him through the crap he's going through. Thank you to everyone for their advice. Harrison Wife is the first to chime in. I think you all should still go on the trip. Y'all shouldn't let Homewrecker wreck your plans too. Bring your friend. It would suck for him to be alone. The OP responds, "Yeah, that's what my significant other and I were talking about just now. We don't want him to be alone. I guess it's time for another confrontation to make him agree to come with us, and maybe bring some other friends so he won't feel like the third wheel, because that was his argument. Mellifluous Mises says, good for N. It's a crappy situation, but he'll be better in the end for it. It speaks highly of your friendship that he trusts you so completely. OP responds, he is an amazing person. I just hope everything works out for him and he's happy as soon as possible. On to the next venture. My girlfriend admitted that she has feelings for a guy she works with. My 20 male girlfriend, 19 female, of 6 months, admitted that she has some feelings for a guy at her work. I know that she loves me. She constantly shows and tells me. But when I ask her what she'd do if he asked her out, she said she doesn't know. First, I'd like to give some background about my girlfriend so that there's no misunderstanding. She's an amazing girlfriend who is very affectionate. She has spoiled me with trips away, thoughtful gifts, many of which she spent days making, and acts of service, making food, etc. We've always had an amazing connection, and every interaction we've had has felt meaningful. She has a great heart and is not the sort of person to go and cheat. She has been very open and communicative about the whole situation. She's been trying to avoid this guy because of how confused she gets, but sometimes it's unavoidable for them to work in the same department. However, when I've asked if she can tell people who are interested that she has a boyfriend, she can be hesitant to say yes. The same thing goes for when asked not to add this guy's socials. She says that he might just want to be friends, which I find hard to believe. I really doubt that my girlfriend will cheat. She has a good heart and is trustworthy. I can't stop being anxious though, and I feel emotionally drained. How should I feel about this situation? Should I trust my girlfriend? Any advice about this situation would be greatly appreciated. Our first bit of advice comes from Helpful Problem 2. In my opinion, almost everyone who gets cheated on thinks their partner won't cheat because they have a good heart and crap. You need to stop being a doormat and just tell her that she needs to be respectful towards you. Like, she followed his social and she doesn't tell that guy that she's in a relationship and you're just like, okay. Psh. Tell her to stop trying to avoid him and actually do it. Tell her to stop being hesitant and actually let him know that she is taken. Tell her to not follow him on socials. Tell her, don't ask her. Have some respect for yourself. I'm sorry. Another thought coming from AshyLarry45. I have a perfect partner who is great and would never cheat on me, but she did tell me she has some super intense feelings for her coworker, who she refuses to set any boundaries with. You sound way too self-assured because she sounds like she's well on her way to cheating or monkey branching. Moving on. My daughter ran away at 17 to be with her husband. She is now 22. He is 34. I have recently found out she is pregnant and would like to try again to reach out to her. I'm not sure which way would be best. Good morning. I am 53 years old and I have a 22-year-old daughter. My husband and I have not spoken to her for 5 years when she left home. She ran away at 17. When we located her, she was already 18 and living with her husband, who is 34 years old. My husband completely cut her off, but I tried to maintain contact with her, but never got any responses from her. Eventually, she changed her phone number and I didn't even have any way to contact her. Recently, my daughter has reached out to one of her cousins, and that cousin has told me that my daughter is expecting her first child. I would like to reach out to my daughter and repair our relationship. I would like to help her with her pregnancy and be a part of my grandchild's life. I'm looking for advice on what you think the best way to contact her would be. My options are: send her a message over social media. This seems very impersonal to me. Send her a text. I worry this will upset her because it would mean her cousin giving me her phone number. I don't want my daughter to see that as a betrayal of her trust. Write a letter. This seems like the most personal way to me without invading her privacy. Worst comes to worst, her cousin can take a picture of the letter and send it to her. I would just like the other opinions on what they think I should do. Thank you very much. I'm going to add in some pertinent background information. When my daughter ran away, my husband and I did not know she had left willingly to be with her boyfriend, the man she is married to now. We did not even know she was dating someone. We thought she was kidnapped. There was a search for her, and my husband and I exhausted our savings and retirement to search for her once the police stopped. Months later, we found out she was alive and well, and had gotten married to that man once she turned 18. My husband has not talked to her since, though I have reached out to her many times. Our relationship was very good until she turned 16, when I later found out she began dating her now husband. Around that time, she began sneaking out, skipping school, and lying, which we now know was probably due to the influence of her husband. I do not know much about their relationship dynamic, other than she apparently admitted my niece he's controlling. First bit of advice from Dr. Fish Taco. A letter is least intrusive and most respectful. Another bit of advice from P. Smith Hammond. Reach out through the cousin. She is going to find out eventually that it was the cousin who informed you of what was going on, and let the cousin couch that as they see fit. Put it out there that you want to repair the relationship, and if she is willing to do so, reach out to you so you can talk, whether that's via phone, text, social media, or mail. Give her the info that you want to repair the relationship, and an open door for her to reach out to you at her convenience. H. Bob H. has the final piece of advice. Ask the cousin to reach out for you. A simple, "Hey cousin, I know your mom has been trying to reach out to you for a while. Would you mind if I gave out your info, or would you be interested in contacting her?" If you reach out on your own, your daughter will know that the cousin gave you her info and would probably be very, very upset, and you may lose her again. Moving on. Updated. A mutual friend propositioned my newlywed wife for sex and affair. What's the best way to respond? So my wife is a bombshell, 10 out of 10. But more than that, she's an amazing woman. Compassionate, funny, caring, loyal, and badass. And some of her friendly qualities are often mistaken as flirting or expressing interest. So with a heavy heart, she is now much more guarded when conversing with strangers. With old friends, she is her usual friendly self as they know her. But alas, now one incident has caused her to pull back from interacting freely with friends too. So we just got married last week, and on Sunday night, we hosted a small dinner for a few of our close friends. Now, one of those close friends has had a crush on my wife for a while now. Nothing serious, but she knew and told me immediately, and then cut all unnecessary communication with him. That sucked for her because his wife is a good friend of my wife, and because of his obvious crush, they couldn't meet as often. We thought he would get over it, but on Sunday night, he cornered my wife for 5 minutes and delivered his love speech about how he had to have her, and now he couldn't sleep knowing that she is married to me. How true love knows no bounds or rules. Love can't be constrained, and it should be free, and so on and so forth. She immediately came and told me, but we didn't make a scene as there were other friends there too. Now she is royally pissed and wants to expose him to all our friends group, as he might have done the same thing to others too, or he might in the future. I am of the opinion that we should cut contact with him, but don't do anything more than that. What's the best way forward? Update. So I got a lot of good advice and some well-deserved criticism about my behavior too. It was indeed not right for me to take it as lightly as I appeared to do. Believe me, I wanted to fight him, but it would not have solved any issue, only created more. But one thing the majority of commenters got right was that I should have fully supported her desire to go nuclear on him, and I appreciate the honesty from you guys. So, anyways, I went and told her that I am sorry I was not more supportive, and I am now 100% behind her, even if it means I have to kick his ass. She laughed and said she has devised a plan of action. She was going to talk to his wife first and then inform all the women in our friends group, as she thought it would be irresponsible for her to ignore his behavior in case he already tried with anyone else. So she called his wife for lunch today, and she told her. His wife was heartbroken, and I stepped away to give her some freedom to vent. I went out and came back when my wife messaged me that she had gone. She told me that his wife confessed that it had happened once before too, when they lived somewhere else. Apparently, she seemed almost resigned to the fact because she wasn't angry. Rather, she was sad, and when my wife told her that she will be telling the other women of this behavior, she didn't protest. My wife has called everyone for lunch on Saturday, and that's when she will tell them. She even feels bad about the wife, but feels it's kind of a moral responsibility to warn everyone. I am in complete agreement here. That's the update, and I'm going to treat my wife to some homemade pizza tonight since she is so awesome. Yeah, I can make pizza. Thanks for the suggestion, guys.